Oh yeah, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time. It's a new week. Check 1 2, check 1 2. Let me know in the comments if my voice sounds okay or crappy. All right, thank you, Crypto Mike. Pedro is not with us today. He's got personal stuff going on today, otherwise known as real life work. So it's just me. We'll have a short show for you today. So give me a second to get this thing started. Watching myself dance on LinkedIn. Oh, Ellen. Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever in the world it is you are coming to us from. My name is Tom, otherwise known as Striking, here in the digital media world. So glad to be hosting another episode of what, ladies and gentlemen? That's right, DYOR live here on the DYOR Media Network. And this is Striking and I were gone for a little while. We were out in Vancouver. Just got back to the old studio here in Ottawa. The tech is working okay today, but what is not working well today? My co-host Pedro is not in the house today, so you just get me. So instead of lots of TA, technical analysis and all that, we're going to get opinions, conspiracies, news, and other types of discussions. But hopefully there's some of you out there that are going to shill this project and get things going. Good morning to DYOR, baby. Thanks for joining us. Oh, I don't have the comments up here. Hold on a sec. Let's fix the comments. There we go. Welcome, DYOR, baby. Got the music playing in the background. Why no crouching in a window this week? I think I did do that. Crouching in a window. Crypto Mike, the conspiracy theories. Who killed JFK? Whose voice is RFK's actually coming out of his mouth? Is he really an AI robot? And that is RFK's not unnatural voice. Hi, I'm running for president. Who else we got in the house here? Zachariah, thanks for joining us. Whoosh. Tell us more about Whoosh. Ansal. Normally I'd have Pedro, my co-host, here, and he'd bring the chart up if you bomb our chat. But anyway, but tell your friends to come bomb the chat, and if you guys bomb the chat the most, we'll feature you, and you guys can use the video however you want. Crypto Mike in the house. I haven't done an O Canada in a while. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Mike, the show is for us only. No pre-show today. Yeah, I kind of blew it a few times there. Had the mic on. That's all right. You guys all love it. Shane's in the house. Shane, Batman. No. Striking balls. Anyway, thanks for everyone joining us here. Obviously got a slim crowd here today, but that's okay. That's okay. The point is to get out here, bring you good stuff. You tell all your friends, everybody, yada, 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 blah, 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 blah. You guys know the story. Well, the story that Pedro and I normally start out talking with about is BTC, and as you can tell from the board up here, it's trading back up to 67,000. And the Bitcoin news is just talking about the technical analysis. The bulls push forward, breaking upper resistance levels. And if Pedro was here, he'd be like, "Yeah, that was one of the options that it was going to happen." If you recall, Pedro was talking about it going back up to 80, and a number of other influencers are now calling it 80. But if you recall, Pedro was saying that first. Just from what the chart was telling him. Nothing more, nothing less. Just from what the chart was telling him. And so that's your Bitcoin analysis for today. It's going. Yes, that's a DJ that I sometimes watch over there. It's a Ukrainian DJ, and she raises money for obvious reasons over there. So when you play her, the more views that she gets, YouTube sends more money to her, which then she sends over to buy drones. Anyway, what else we got going on here? Where isn't Chuck here? I thought I saw Chuck's comment. You know what we haven't seen in a long time? We haven't seen Mr. Mainnet Z himself. Oh, there's Chuck. Where did my mouse? Oh no. Where's my mouse? There we go.
You using the whole fist, Doc?
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, using the whole fist there. He's here. Anyway, let's kick over to the news real quick. One of the things I talked about last week and it was if you guys see Pedro and I make a goof, call us on it because we want to make sure we learn from it. And sure enough, I made a goof. That's right. Last week we had a whole show about not a whole show, but a whole segment about FTX, and I went on about how the liquidators were able to sell all the assets of FTX and return 118% of people's accounts to them. So in essence, people were making a profit, and I reported that it was, SBF is in jail, and he's like, everyone made money. I don't understand. And so I was like, well, got to give the guy a break if that happens. My good friend Anton Golub pointed out to me that, Tom, you didn't look at the whole picture, didn't do your own research. And I was like, oh? And he said they valued their accounts at the bottom. Right. They valued their accounts at the bottom of the bear market, not when FTX first started having trouble. They waited, and not only just after the first crash, but when they went into bankruptcy or tried to be bought by Binance or went into bankruptcy, but all the way down at their lowest values when they valued them. And so then they gave them 18% more. And so I didn't have that right. So in other words, everyone took a bath on that. I reported that incorrectly, and I'll probably take that episode down. I knew it was too good to be true. I mean, I knew Solana pumped from 8 to 200, so maybe I was like, well, that's plausible. Nope. No, they sold all the Solana at like 30, 40, and 50. Then it went to 200. Let's see, who do we got here? Amino Usman, another session to learn. Hey, thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it. What is your chart of, Amino? What is that? Your profile picture is a chart. What is that? Goodwin, this is a great show. Keep up the good work. Aren't you a reward token guy? RWD token? And you didn't shill it? Your TG is going to be disappointed in you. Glad to be here today. I'm glad all of you are here today. I had a great time the past week. This is Striking and I have been on the run lately. We've been not on the run, but been on the run. We were in Florida for vacation for our 1-year wedding anniversary, but then we came back, and I was only here for a short amount of time, and then we went to Vancouver for her work. We went a little early, and as many of you know, I did a couple of shows from there, or at least one. Can't remember. I guess one or two. And the time I spent in Vancouver was gorgeous. I mean, it was their first great weather weekend of the year. We stayed right downtown where Stanley Park is. Beautiful, gorgeous. And I remarked to someone else that was there that said, I see why Canada's youth are all moving here. It's gorgeous. And he turns and says, here's my daughter. And she's looking at the University of British Columbia, which is out in Vancouver. So I was like, aha. It was really nice. We had a great time. Probably, the missus and I agreed that it was probably the best, like, little short vacation that we've ever had. We've had some doozies over, like, in the desert in the UAE and Saudi border. Plenty of time in Florida. some fun instances in France. Striking is looking at me like, don't talk about that. And of course, plenty of time in the UK having a lot of fun. Pitmonk was the guy's name that we haven't seen in a while. Pitmonk, where are you? He's from the UK. But anyway, so I got a good rest. Back at the show. No tech. I haven't been here broadcasting from the main studio in a while. Usually, as all you guys know, what happens? Technical difficulties. None. Worked great. Show started great. Like I said, co-host difficulties. It's all right though. Pedro will be back. We won't be back tomorrow. We'll be back Wednesday. Tomorrow we have a big event here in Ottawa, being produced by the missus here. So I have to go help in that and help run that. I'll just call you Matthew. I'm not going to pronounce that right. Great job doing in here. Let's see what you have for us today. And Dara Baby says, reward tokens, does that make you feel better? I think I would feel left out if you guys didn't shill that. And Mike is laughing. All right, let's see if I have this set up correctly. Nope. There we go. Oh, and I have poor Pedro on here too. I don't have a shortcut button to turn him off, but let's see if we can. He can be here in spirit. And sorry, Pedro. But the good news is that since he's not here, I can make myself bigger. I don't know how many of you guys have. I have this page up not because of the bull run here, but for the Craig Wright thing, pretending he was Satoshi. Big news a while ago. He was sued by an industry organization in the UK, saying, "Look, let's put this thing to bed. Are you Satoshi or not? You got to prove it because you're suing all these people, saying that you are." And nobody believes you, so let's get you into court and do it. And the court jury overwhelmingly voted saying that he is not Satoshi. And the judge just came forward and said, not only is he not Satoshi, he lied so much in this court that we might bring charges against him. Oops. Oops. Hold on. Let me just check a little social media here to make sure I got things going. Oh, Jesus. Hold on. Hold on. My sponsor's wanting to know something. My show. Been trying to get together with the guys at Audit Chain about their new Pacioli AI product. And I said I'm available all week. Oh, come on, guys. Hold on. Let me. All right, sorry about that. Thank you to everybody that's watching on LinkedIn. We got a couple of viewers over there. It varies between 2 and 5. So thank you very much for joining us. We're just talking a little bit about the news. A couple of things. There were actually a couple of stories on this thing. One of them is, as you know, I bring up BRICS all the time. Now here is a currency you want to invest in. Right? Russia and Iran collaborating on a single BRICS currency. Now, I did post a bunch about this the other day. And one of the things I was talking about is the reasons why it can't happen. Because who's going to insure products? Like an oil tanker goes across the world, it's worth $100 million, and it needs billions of dollars of insurance in case it crashes and ruins a whole coastline. Who's going to insure that? A bunch of other reasons. You guys have heard me go on about it. Not only that, but the corruption. Like all these countries are the most corrupt in the world. You know, how are anyone going to trust them with their wealth? However, I came around to one point though, in which I think it will be successful. When you in the Western world, when you send any kind of money transfer, even when you're starting to send crypto between exchanges, there's this thing called the travel rule. There's all sorts of anti-money laundering rules and all that type of stuff, which A, slow down the economy, but B, become a burden. I'm sorry, those saying to slow down the economy because they're a burden, but 2, become a mode of surveillance. If these guys get their BRICS going, and you're able to settle it to a stable coin or some sort of cash somewhere, it's going to be a huge payment system because people are not going to be tracked in it. Because there's no, I mean, I'm sure Russia and everybody will try to follow certain types of money, but most of it they don't care about. They're not going to care if some drug lord sends $100 million from one part of the world to another. Nor are they going to care if you send, if you're sending $50 a week back home to your country in Africa and not claiming it on the people receiving it, not claiming it on their taxes. There won't be any reporting system. So that part of it, payment part of it, could turn BRICS into something very big. And what'll happen is that the U.S. will sanction it, and then nobody will be able to interact with it in the Western world. But anyway, I thought my thinking, as many of these topics go, my thinking changes on these things. Israel says, "Well done, Tom. Keep being great." Well, thank you very much. Funny stuff. Thanks for coming here. Pixel Arcade, have a great utility project. Pitch it if you want to go find the DYOR Media TG. It says DYOR Media Crypto Striking's Crypto Smackdown. If you can find it and pass the captcha, post a link to that project. Try their game. It's great, called Chomp Chomp. Chomp 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 Chomp. Try to check Pixel, bro. All right. Well, you shilled. We'll fall victim. Like for the new people, I'd usually have Pedro on here, going over bringing up the chart and going over it. But he's not in today. All right, let's see. What do we got going on here? Pedro's is texting me in the background saying, "I'm missing you." I'm like, join the comments. Oh, what was the other news things I had here? Is the FTX issue? Oh, this is, of course, some of the best. Let's see. Where is it? Here's the vote last week in which Elizabeth Warren absolutely got hammered. I don't mean by boos. I mean by votes in Congress. No, that's a different one. Anyway, as we all know, the SEC, maybe you don't know, the SEC came out with a new rule saying that banks had to, whatever cryptocurrency they had to keep it on their balance sheet, and exposing them to the volatile fluctuation of that. Even if it was a customer's one, I don't have the details of it exactly right, but the whole industry is like, wait a minute, if it's going to be in custody, it's not on our balance sheet. If we're having a different company hold it, it's not on our balance sheet. And the SEC said, nope. That's just for companies. They can do that. Banks, you got to hold it on your balance sheet, which is kind of reverse. So they were not happy with that, and most of crypto is not. And the House and the Senate both passed a resolution that is veto-proof, because Joe Biden said he was going to veto it, and Elizabeth Warren got sent packing, which that makes us very happy. At least it makes me very happy. I had an article about it, but as usual, when these websites that you look them up have refresh after a while, you lose what you had. The other topic I had was back to what I talked about for MEV. Government prosecutors find that exploiting code is a crime, and they went a little deeper. This is the MEV bot story. The people stole $25 billion last year. And Pedro and I went back and forth on it. Hey, Retta, how you doing? Yes, everyone, remember to like and subscribe. I didn't say that. You know what, before I get into this, I am going to have to end the show a little early here today, because I have to get on a call with my lead sponsor about their new product coming out. So we'll do this just a little bit longer. But please like and share. Please do that, for the love of God. Please do it. Anyway, for those of you that play in the bot world of MEV bots, maximum extractable value, the government is telling us two things. Department of Justice here, not the SEC, the Department of Justice. Big difference. What they're telling us is that if you find an exploit in the code and exploit it to basically steal people's money, that's actually theft and is a crime. That'll probably go up a couple of court levels, because other people could say, well, it's just poor code and it's just same as people leaving money out on the street. But in my mind, it's theft. But what they're also saying, when you dig into it, they're laying the groundwork for front running and using MEV bots to front run other people's trades. Because if you know, when you put in a crypto trade in, there's still a couple of levels ahead of you before that thing is executed. There's the block. Are you using an exchange? All these types of questions. And is there front running going on? They're saying, hey, no, playing in the block and extracting value out of that before the trade completes is theft. And they don't come right out and say it, but they're laying the groundwork for it. And so I went into this, and we're gonna follow this, because there's a lot of companies out there who are part of big ecosystems in Solana, Cardano, and so forth, who that's their whole deal, is playing in the MEV market. And I have a feeling a lot of those people are going to be going to jail if they're based in the U.S. Because if they got them here, you can say, wire fraud. So that was a topic. And the other topic, this is one, I know this is not so interesting to a lot of you, but it's really important as our crypto market expands and gets more adoption. In Europe, passed the MiCA, I can't remember the name, what it stands for. Something in crypto assets. And in the UAE, they passed the VARA. Both of them are regulatory systems for managing cryptocurrency and other types of things like that. And they have a lot of rules. Both of them are essentially copies. Let me rephrase that. The disclosure and insider information sections of them are essentially copies of the United States Securities and Exchange Commission's 1933 and 1934 rules having to do with insider information. So all of you guys, not in the US right now, but that'll change soon, in Europe or in the UAE, that trade based on insider information, meaning that if a dev tells you on the side, hey, I'm about to burn 1 billion of these tokens, buy now, and that information isn't public, that can be a crime. Yeah, in the EU or the UAE. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, you do not want to go to jail in the UAE. Nope. They make that a miserable experience to ensure people go, They tell all their friends, don't do that. And so they have very little crime there because nobody wants to go to those jails. Anyway, so the insider information rules are coming out. You know that the U.S. will be behind it. But the SEC already claims that insider information, current insider information rules apply to crypto. People in the courts and Department of Justice here haven't agreed with that. But that's coming for sure. Mr. Toast is in the house. Or Mrs. Toast? made by Toast. Thanks for joining us. We've got a short show here for you today. I'm gonna be ending it here in a minute. Pedro is out, and I had a last minute call from my sponsor, Audit Chain, that I got to be part of because we're launching the new Pacioli.ai, which I might tell you is going to be big, and I've warned you guys. You should be invested in that project. Let me rephrase that. You should do your own research. And make your own business decisions and own personal investment decisions. And don't listen to me. Don't listen to Pedro. But as we know with these AI projects, what's happened to them? They've exploded. So, it's on Matic. Their token's used for gas in their system. It's not their product. Better late than never. All right, hold on. I got to check my email real quick here. All right, 1 to 2. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got 3 minutes. Too late. I already listened to you. Damn it. Going to jail for giving financial advice. I should go back and get my licenses again. I haven't been in that world in a long time. Because then I can say, this is financial advice. Just back from the old days when I used to work in the commodities exchange in New York. As I say, I worked there before they got blown up. And most of you probably don't remember, they got blown up twice. I don't mean on the same day. I mean in different decades. And I worked there before it got blown up the first time. It's a true story, interesting story. Little background on Striking here. I was working in the World Trade Centers, and I take the train in from where I lived in New Jersey. And every once in a while, I'd on Fridays, I'd drive in because I would drive up. I would on the weekend I would go somewhere, and usually I'd go see my grandfather in Connecticut. And I'd park in the World Trade Center parking lots, and there's the one floor had all these fences and all these black limousines and Suburbans and things like that. And then every once in a while you'd see the kind of government-looking guys. And I was like, oh, I think those were like all the and the Feds had big offices in the World Trade Center. And then the first time that they got blown up in 1993, all those cars that were in there it was just the parking garage that got blown up. They all got destroyed. But by then, I had left the industry, and I was working for a family member in the bulletproof car industry that you've heard me talk about before. And they had the contract to make all those cars, and I was like, hey, we just got a big order from the government to replace a bunch of Cadillacs and Suburbans and stuff like that. They're like, yeah, those are the ones that got blown up in the World Trade Center. They need to replace them. And I was like, I know, I was there. They were like, what do you mean you were there? I'm like, that's where I parked. I parked right next to it on Fridays. Thought that was pretty interesting. Not only did I see the cars before the explosion, but I helped build the replacements after. Anyway, that's your side note for today, as they say, Tom, striking soliloquies. And I gotta go. I gotta be on a phone call. Sorry for the short show, ladies and gentlemen. I hope we entertained you just a little bit, or at least I did. Thanks everyone watching on LinkedIn for this little short show. Thanks for you watching on Twitch. Had 2 viewers there. Really appreciate that. Let's keep those comments, dude. Later, dudes. I like how Mike says. Have a great day, Dar Baby says. Crypto Mike. I got the mic there. It just looks like there's a body dancing over here. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. I will not be on the air tomorrow. Mrs. Striking and I have an event here in Ottawa that she has to run and I have to help with. And we'll be back Wednesday. Pedro and I will be here on the mic all day. Not all day, just for an hour. hour and a half as usual. We'll be here Thursday as well, and Friday will be a full rant Friday. That's planned. Might not happen. As always, it might not happen. But that's the plan, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks to everybody for watching. Really appreciate it. Have a great day. See you Wednesday. So be there. Right? I didn't get my transition right. So be there.